All right, welcome back. It is 10:17 a.m. This might be the latest update I've ever done. My schedule for my full-time job has been so insane. I've been on the phone since 7 a.m. this morning. I should have been spending time with my family, but I was busy working. I suppose I could have done this at 6 in the morning, and I should have. I like to do it at least 6:30. Because that's when the stock market in the United States opens up. West Coast time, 9:30 Eastern. Could have done it earlier, my bad. I have more energy, though. I like the whole I'm alone now and can talk loud thing. So, let's get into a financial update. Actually, you know what? Let me close my window. I don't know if you can hear anything, but let's close that. Let me check the stock market off the screen here, my personal portfolio, to let you know that I'm definitely down bigly today, 2.10%. I could have sold yesterday. I don't really want to get out, though. Everything for me is in the red except an ETF and the small cap value for Vanguard. Nothing crazy about that. Everything's down, but trending upwards at this point, including the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones, but everything's in the red. Kind of a hit today. Let's check out some news in the crypto world. With over 720 million of Bitcoin inflows, Grayscale marks its best quarter yet. Grayscale marked another record-breaking quarter with over 1 billion inflows. Bitcoin continued to dominate with 720 million, but other company products have enjoyed a solid increase as well. The leading digital asset manager, Grayscale Investments, continues with its growth after registering its third consecutive record-breaking quarter with over 1 billion of inflows. Somewhat expectedly, the Bitcoin Trust remained the most widely chosen company product. So this is an investment firm that is really bullish on Bitcoin. They're gobbling it all up. I'm pretty sure there is not another entity on the earth right now that owns as much Bitcoin as they do. And it's paying off majorly for them. That's the gist of this article. Grayscale released its Q3 2020 report earlier, noting that the total investments into company products in those 3 months alone accounted for $1.05 billion, adding the two previous quarters, which were also record-breaking at the time. The year-to-date inflows rise to $2.4 billion US. Just for comparison, Grayscale had attracted about $1.2 billion since its inception in 2013 to 2019. This makes the year-to-date 2020 inflows twice as much. The total amount invested in the company has grown to $3.63 billion, as the graph below demonstrates. Take a look if you want. Bitcoin still king. Altcoins also rise. The Grayscale report highlighted that the Bitcoin Trust has continued to attract the most interest and consequently investments. During Q3 2020, the total inflow has expanded by $719.3 million. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, when it gets very technical like this, I don't typically want to read numbers to you. I'm here for the bigger picture. This is an investment fund that is doing incredibly well by going really heavy on Bitcoin. It's not the only thing they offer their clients, but it's the main product, and it's making them a lot of money right now. Obviously, wealthy people see Bitcoin as a thing that they should probably be buying now. In other news, Bitcoin accumulation is building with 14% of the total supply currently held. So that means they are able to confirm that of the, I believe, what are we at, 16 or 17 million total supply? What is the total supply? We can find out right here. 18.5 million Bitcoin are confirmed to be circulating. I do believe that means that they have mined at least this much. They're getting that data from the blockchain. And that is not a whole lot left that can be mined. I believe 21 million is the max. So what are we looking at? 2.5 million more Bitcoin that can be mined forever. After that, you're going to only be able to buy fractions from other people and other exchanges. You will not be able to mine Bitcoin. This research added that around 14% of the total supply is currently held in accumulation addresses. The findings by on-chain analytics firm Glassnode report that there has been a steady uptrend in Bitcoin accumulation since the beginning of 2019. The chart overlays price action, and the two do not appear to be correlated, as prices have been sideways on that long frame. The balance in accumulation addresses fell sharply during the massive bull run in 2017, as long-term holders took profits and new capital entered the markets. I do remember that. So basically what? They can confirm that at least 14% of the entire supply is being held. I'm sure it's higher than that, but that's what they're able to confirm. This is really interesting because, I mean, it's similar to gold, but we've never... I mean, gold can still be dug. I'm sure they're still digging for gold right now, and we might be able to find gold in asteroids in the near future, but this will be so interesting to see as we approach that 21 million. Like, I don't know if that's even going to happen in my lifetime, but how the price of this asset can only go up based on its scarcity and if the demand remains the same. That's why I'm hodling, folks. I hate to use that meme, but I can't see a situation where I ever sell my actual Bitcoin. I would be down to sell this stuff, but I'd probably just sell it into Bitcoin and then wait for Bitcoin to be the number one, sought after currency to buy things like houses, land, real estate, other investments, everything. Then you spend the Bitcoin. I wouldn't sell it. That's how bullish I am. You can make 500k USD if you do this right, but I don't know. I don't think I want it to be a taxable event. If you just buy stuff with it, you'll be taxed there, but you're not going to be taxed, a big chunk just for converting it to cash, which is going to be worthless. So these findings are among a number of bullish technical and fundamental signals for Bitcoin recently. Another all-time hash rate high has just been hit, according to bitinfocharts.com, which records the figure as 156.8 whatever metric per second as of October 14th. Some type of hash rate. I actually know very little about the whole hash rate thing. That's like not my expertise. It is also noted that after staying in the fear area for more than a month, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is now back above 50 and has entered the greed area. Today, the index is registering 56, which is the high it has been for almost 6 weeks. A massive endorsement from Fidelity Investment and Grayscale, increasing their Bitcoin trust funds, has also added to the bullish sentiment, especially from an institutional standpoint. Co-founder of 10T Holdings, Dan Tapiro, stated that shortages of Bitcoin may be possible if the trust continues to consume it. ETH hasn't moved either. According to more metrics from Glassnode, ETH accumulation is also occurring with around 60% being hodled for at least a year. That's right. I think I saw another article, but basically like Ethereum is not moving, and it's generally thought because, the Ethereum 2 phase is approaching and people just want to save their Ethereum for staking it. That's what they say right here, in fact. And guess who's one of them? All right. Interestingly, the inevitability of big blockchain. So this is an opinion, but apparently Stephanie Herter sees a giant, mega, unstoppable industry like big banks and big oil becoming the big blockchain. So let's see what that's all about. The U.S. economy is less dynamic than it was 2 decades ago, and with this shift has come massive concentration in market power and control. Industrial concentration has risen. More workers than ever work for large firms. A handful of major investors own a greater percentage of public companies. Fewer companies decide what we consume, where we work, how much we earn, and how our government is run than they have in the last half century. Okay, blockchain advocates support the technology as a means by which to mitigate this ever-increasing concentration of power. On their face, products and features such as decentralized governance, personal data management apps, and DeFi offerings promise to disrupt monopolies and redistribute control of valuable assets to the people. Blockchain, they say, is the antidote of the monopolistic tendencies of the modern economy. This is a tempting promise, but like many silver bullet solutions, it is not as foolproof as it initially appears. Blockchain applications currently do not wield economic and political power as brazenly as major tech companies because they have yet to achieve any comparable user base. Large-scale adoption is a prerequisite for accumulating power. It took decades for the World Wide Web to... Okay, yeah, for sure. Like, Facebook and Amazon have way more users than Bitcoin has owners, I guess. That's because the primary, the major economies of this world are still better off with fiat currencies. We're going to see that shift when these fiat currencies become completely useless, particularly the USD. Very bearish on the US dollar, personally. As much as I love our guy right now, I'm still bearish on the US dollar. So, is this one really worth the rest of the read? Probably not, considering how long it is. So, I mean, that's the conclusion of this article, right? It's right there. There's a good chance that we'll be complaining about big blockchain in a couple decades, just the same way right now I complain about big cancer and big pharma and big alcohol and big cannabis and big oil and big banks, big finance. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not so sure, to be honest. I think it really depends if somehow all the blockchain and crypto stuff becomes centralized. But, I mean, it's the way it's built is that it's not supposed to be allowed that. And I'll tell you this. This article probably addresses that. I'm just too lazy to read it. I don't want to read it. And I don't think it's that useful. And you could probably skip over this one. Prices are doing okay. We have, certainly bounced back a little bit. And Bitcoin is still holding above that psychological $11,000 mark. So I like that. Big winners and losers. Nothing crazy happening here in the top 20. Whoa. Except for Filecoin, the number 23, I never even heard of it. Comes out of nowhere. Probably just something that no one ever heard of, and everyone's pumping their money into it right now. One of these low supply coins. I think that's definitely less than Bitcoin. Is that less than that Yearn Finance? Let's see. Where's Yearn? Did I skip Yearn? No, Yearn's 38. No, Yearn is really low. Yearn is absurdly low. That's why the price is what it is. Never heard of this, but out of nowhere we have a new coin. How much you want to bet it's DeFi related? Let's see. Any kind of fucking news? General crypto news. That's not what I'm looking for. What's Filecoin? Oh, God. Okay. Whatever. Not jumping in this Filecoin thing, dude. Not doing it. Comes out of nowhere. All right. And let's see. Precious metals. Still hovering above 1900 in gold, but still doing well in silver as well. I still like it, guys. I think you should buy it. Gold bulls are clawing back to erase some early losses, apparently. One signal of a bull market still in progress is when dips are viewed as buying opportunities by many traders. Hey, I'm one of those people. Such is the case in the gold and silver markets, as today's early losses were regained and gold and silver regained most of its earlier losses. To put it another way, both metals continue to show resilience when the market bears do attack. Gains in both metals were again limited today by a higher U.S. dollar index on this day. December gold futures were last up 20 cents at 1907.50, and December COMEX silver was last down 16.5 cents at 24.23 an ounce. Global stock markets were mostly down overnight, definitely, as we just went over. Reports Wednesday the U.S. Congress is nowhere close to a second new major stimulus package for Americans has also dampened trader and investment sentiment. It's because the Democrats, mostly Nancy Pelosi, honestly, just on her own, can't possibly just have a bill that's literally one page and says, we will put $1,200 in the hands of every American who needs it right now. No, it has to have the entire Green New Deal attached to it, or it's a no-go. Unbelievable. My friend thinks we're heading towards a civil war. We're probably in one right now. Anyway, I'm not going to rant about that. That's the wrong channel. Have a good one, folks. We'll see you later.